go. There we go. Hey, kids, welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank in the comfy chair on a Sunday evening. So that's how you know it's time for a quick channel update. And I'm pretty sure I forgot to do a channel update last week, and I would have forgotten to do one this week if it were not for me uploading my budget treasures video just a few minutes ago. And then as I was uploading it, remembering, that's right, I got to do a channel update. And speaking of budget treasures, somebody had asked me the other day, actually, if I'm actually collecting the cards that I show off in those videos, or if they're just going on to TCG Player or something. And no, I'm actually got a little binder here with all the cards I've pulled so far, all the cards I've picked up so far. For better or worse, I am doing my due diligence to track them on Collector as well. I think it's a fun little activity to just see how well the collection itself will accumulate over the next few weeks and months. There's not really a goal here, so to say, with the collection. It's just, how good can we make it with a $20 weekly budget and only my own interest to determine what we pick up, right? So, yeah, no, I'm actually collecting those cards. It's going to be a fun binder to fill out, I hope, at the very least. As for what else happened this week, today was the Pokemon pre-release for Destined Rivals. I did play a few rounds at the pre-release. I was going to make a video about whether or not Destined Rivals is a fun set to play. But I feel like I would not be able to give an unbiased breakdown of the set as a whole because I was only able to play a few rounds at the tournament, at the pre-release. I got completely wiped out by Weezing. Weezing just freaking destroyed me. And I didn't get much experience beyond that, so not going to do a video. I think it's a good set. I'm excited for Team Rocket's return. I'm disappointed by the lack of dark Pokemon in the set because it's a Team Rocket set and Team Rocket sets should have dark Pokemon, but whatever. I'm not too upset about that. But yeah, that was my day. Speaking of other things, I've had 2 wildlife scares. If you're on my Discord, then you'll have noticed that the other day, or the other night, actually, at like 9 o'clock at night, I have a live capture cage set up outside of my house because there's pests getting into my garden, and I don't like that very much. Well, the other night, I caught a skunk in there. Let me tell you, it's the scariest night of my life. That wasn't great. And then just earlier today, too, in addition to the birds, which are all over the roof of the garage, you can probably hear them making a racket up there, a hornet and a yellow jacket both got into the garage earlier today. And I was just chasing them both around with a flip-flop in one hand and a bee killer in the other. And that was also just picture me running around with those things and you'll get a good idea of what was going on, because that was a hectic, they were both in here. It was crazy. It was hectic. That aside, I noticed the last few videos I made on my channel are basically just hype-driven and caught up in recent news and hype, as it were. They're all talking about Final Fantasy, new Pokemon stuff. And I'm going to try to make a conscious effort to not get caught up in all of the recent news and do more videos for other things. For instance, a friend of mine helped me get some sealed Star Wars product from some of the older Star Wars card games. So I'm going to talk about 1 or 2 of those here in the near future. I want to talk about the Shaolin Showdown TCG at some point, as well as some other TCGs that I have just sitting on the dead TCG wall over there. I want to talk about, where is it at? Here we go. Oh, there it is. One of the things that still happens, but not as much as I'd like, is these art books that used to come with like the special editions of certain video games. I want to talk about that at some point, just because I think art books are really cool. So there's a bunch of video ideas I have that I will sooner or later hopefully get around to talking about. I'd like to do them all here hopefully within the next few days. I don't know. My number one topic I still want to talk about is some of these old Yu-Gi-Oh boxes. Alliance Insight hit $50, like $54 this week. And I thought that was nuts, especially when you take into account the TCG player sale on Friday. I thought for sure, I really thought that Alliance Insight was going to break the habit of recent Yu-Gi-Oh boxes coming out and collapsing to 35% discounts, 40% discounts off of MSRP. I really thought Alliance Insight was going to break the mold and go somewhere because it looks like such a great set. It's got a new Dark Magician girl in it. It's got some really good support in it. I thought it was going to be a home run. I thought it was going to finally be the Yu-Gi-Oh set that came out and not only held its ground, but gained some traction and some steam post-release, like what we saw with some of the Rarity collections. But I guess I was wrong there. But the consolation prize is I get to pick up some boxes of Alliance Insight for like $50. So I'm going to try and grab one or two of those in the near future. I'm also going to try to make some other order purchases with Yu-Gi-Oh! There's some older products that I've been keeping my eye on that I kind of really want on my wall because I like them. I like them a lot. But, yeah, no, this has been an active week for me. I've been going through a lot of sorting. I've been organizing some stuff. I'm getting prepared to do a garage sale, hopefully sometime early next month. I wanted to make a video about garage sales, but I figured I would hold that off until after I did a proper garage sale myself for the first time in years. I wasn't able to hold a garage sale, a yard sale proper at the old property I was at. So now that I'm here, I'm going to be trying to do, one or two a year. Just to, for me, it's kind of just a fun thing to do. Clear out some things I don't want or need anymore and get some money and have a good time chatting with people, It's a fun experience. So I'm going to be doing that sometime next month. And of course, I'll do a video talking about it, the benefits, the drawbacks, etc. Yeah, no, that's about it for this week. Not much to talk about, but a lot of fun activities going on. I've been looking forward to a lot. Next month is going to be an absolute banger, in my opinion. We have Destined Rivals, we have High Seas, and we have Final Fantasy next month. Man, my fingers are so fat, I can't even, I gotta lose weight. We have 3 banger sets for 3 different TCGs coming out next month, and I'm very curious to see what the market's going to look like in response to that. I'm curious to see how stores are going to... I'm curious to see what's going where in terms of money. With 3 sets, obviously Final Fantasy seems like the sure winner of the revenue, but in terms of actual cash flow, I want to see where things are going. I'm not sure how I'll figure out the specifics. Maybe just counting up all the sealed product sales on TCG Player over a 3-week period and doing the math in my head. I won't do the math in my head. I'm terrible at math. But, yeah, I'm curious to see, in terms of actual raw money, where each of these upcoming sets falls in relationship to one another. And I know that there's still some negativity out there in regards to Flesh and Blood, but I really got to say, guys, High Seas it looks so freaking hype. I'm personally very excited about it. It's got Mechanologist cards. I'm a huge Mechanologist fan. It's got the new Necromancer class. I'm hyped about that. But it also looks like it's got a nice set of really collectible cards too, and that's always a nice thing. Some real collectibles in a collectible card game. Whoa. Yeah, looking at what's going on in the TCG world right now, I'm starting to get a tiny bit worried for Yu-Gi-Oh! Not concerned, but when is this dry spell of excitement going to end? Konami can't sustain the game with specialty reprint sets forever, right? I'm curious. I really thought Alliance Insight was going to be a home run. I might talk about that at some point in the near future. Just aftermarket failures of these Yu-Gi-Oh boxes. But anyway, that's really all I wanted to do today, kids. I probably wanted to close this video out like 3 minutes ago, but thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want these weekly updates. And besides that, see you kids next time.